Republicans.
I will do everything in my power to protect our LGBTQ citizens from the violence and oppression of a hateful foreign ideology. Believe me. And I have to say, as a Republican, it is so nice to hear you cheering for what I just said. Thank you. Be born, and we will decide what to do with the baby. In other words, we'll execute the baby. And that's why I did that, because that predominates, because they're radical. The Democrats are radical in that. And her vice presidential pick, which I think was a horrible pick, by the way, for our country, because he is really out of it. But her vice presidential pick says abortion in the 9th month is absolutely fine. He also says execution after birth. It's execution, no longer abortion, because the baby is born, is okay. And that's not okay with me. Hence,
there is no state in this country where it is legal to kill a baby after it's born. Madam Vice President, I want to get your response to President Trump.
Well, as I said, you're going to hear a bunch of lies, and that's not actually a surprising fact. Let's understand
the campaign trail for Kamala Harris.
Oh, wow.
So we're going to unpack what he said, why it matters.
Okay.
And explore the implications of all these celebrities using their platform for political endorsements these days.
It is fascinating, isn't it?
It is.
I mean, think about it. Springsteen, he's not just a musician.
Right.
He's like an American icon.
Totally.
And, you know, he's really connected to the working class.
Yeah.
So his voice, it carries a lot of weight.
Yeah, especially in those swing states.
Oh, absolutely.
That often decide elections.
Yeah.
And he did not hold back at all at this rally in Atlanta.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. The article said it was like a star-studded event.
Oh, wow.
Spike Lee was there, Samuel L. Jackson.
The whole gamut.
But Springsteen, he kind of stole the show.
What did he do?
Okay, so he called Trump an American tyrant.
Whoa.
I know, right? And he said that Trump does not understand this country, its history, or what it means to be deeply American.
Wow. Those are some fighting words.
They are.
I mean, it really reveals a lot about what's going on in the political climate right now.
Yeah.
You know, we're seeing sharper rhetoric and deeper divisions than ever.
Oh, for sure.
And even among these cultural figures who, you know, usually try to stay out of the fray.
Right, they're jumping right in.
Yeah.
And it gets even more interesting.
Okay.
When you look at the songs he chose to perform.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
The Promised Land and Land of Hope and Dreams. I mean, these aren't just Eddie Springsteen hits.
Right.
These are anthems.
They are.
About striving for a better future, overcoming hardship, believing in the American dream.
It's brilliant.
Have a pledge, a swearing. Raise your right hand. I do solemnly swear that I, no matter how I feel, no matter what the conditions, if there's hurricanes or whatever, will vote on or before the 12th for Donald J. Trump for president. Thank you. Now I know. Don't forget, you all raised your hand, you swore. Bad things happen if you don't live up to what you just did. No, I really appreciate it. I mean, we're having an amazing period.
That was Saturday at a rally in Florida. Trump was asking supporters to raise their hands, vowing to vote for him in the March 15th primary. But that led to headlines like these, where some compared that moment to something that might have happened at a rally in Nazi Germany. And we noticed 4 other moments in the past week where people have compared Trump to Adolf Hitler.
Adolf Hitler, we all look at Adolf Hitler in 1940. We should look at Adolf Hitler in 1929. He was a kind of a funny kind of character that said the things that people were thinking. Where Donald Trump takes it, I have absolutely no idea. But Donald Trump is a dangerous man with the things that he has been saying.
So I had one of Hitler's speeches translated into English, and I think this tells us a lot about where Donald Trump is getting his ideas. Look at this Hitler speech, and we've translated it for you. Thank you. Thank you. We're going to make Germany great again. That I can tell you, believe me.
So when people ask why you support Donald Trump, you just tell them.
He's going to take our economy from here to here. And I like that.
He's not some cautious politician. He says what I'm thinking.
I don't know what it is. I just like the guy.
A message from Racists for Donald Trump.
Act. And would you have done anything differently from President Biden on this?
So I'm the only person on this stage who has prosecuted transnational criminal organizations for the trafficking of guns, drugs, and human beings. And let me say that the United States Congress, including some of the most conservative members of the United States Senate, came up with a border security bill which I supported. And that bill would have put 1,500 more border agents on the border to help those folks who are working there right now overtime trying to do their job. It would have allowed us to stem the flow of fentanyl coming into the United States. I know there are so many families watching tonight who have been personally affected by the surge of fentanyl in our country. That bill would have put more resources to allow us to prosecute transnational criminal organizations for trafficking in guns, drugs, and human beings. But you know what happened to that bill? Donald Trump got on the phone, called up some folks in Congress, and said, kill the bill. And you know why? Because he'd prefer to run on a problem instead of fixing a problem. And understand, this comes at a time where the people of our country actually need a leader who engages in solutions, who actually addresses the problems at hand. But what we have in the former president is someone who would prefer to run on a problem instead of fixing a problem. And I'll tell you something, he's going to talk about immigration a lot tonight, even when it's not the subject that is being raised. And I'm going to actually do something really unusual, and I'm going to invite you to attend one of Donald Trump's rallies, because it's a really interesting thing to watch. You will see during the course of his rallies, he talks about fictional characters like Hannibal Lecter. He will talk about windmills cause cancer. And what you will also notice is that people start leaving his rallies early out of exhaustion and boredom. And I will tell you, the one thing you will not hear him talk about is you. You will not hear him talk about your needs, your dreams, and your desires.
Thank you. President Trump, on that point, I want to get your response.
Well, I would like to respond.
Let me just ask, though, why did you try to kill that bill, and successfully so, that would have put thousands of additional agents and officers on the border?
First, let me respond as to the
Please.
rallies. And paying them to be there, and then showing them in a different light. So she can't talk about that. People don't leave my rallies. We have the biggest rallies, the most incredible rallies in the history of politics. That's because people want to take their country back. Or three, just to go into another subject, what they have done to our country by allowing these millions and millions of people to come into our country, and look at what's happening to the towns all over the United States. And a lot of towns don't want to talk. It's not going to be Aurora or Springfield. A lot of towns don't want to talk about it because they're so embarrassed by it. In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country, and it's a shame. As far as rallies are concerned, as far as the reason they go is they like what I say. They want to bring our country back. They want to make America great again. It's very... They said... They said, sir, I just think it's inappropriate for you to say, pay these guys a lot of money. Can you believe it? I said, well, I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not. I'm going to protect them. I'm going to protect them from migrants coming in. I'm going to protect them from foreign countries that want to hit us with missiles and lots of other things. Remember, for 4 years we had no war other than I defeated ISIS, but I defeated ISIS and I felt like Brett Favre. I defeated ISIS in 4 weeks instead of 5 years, which they said it was going to take. Because we have a great military. We just did him who would like not to be protected. Is there any woman in this stadium that wants to be protected by the president? I love these. You know, these women are from North Carolina. These women, they've been to 251 rallies. Look how beautiful they are. And they're all happily married. They're beautiful husbands. I saw them once. But you know, I never see their husbands. I only see them. Look at them. They travel all over the country. This is at least a pretty close one. They go to California. They're incredible women. I think they have a good home life. I'm not exactly sure. No, their husbands are great, but I appreciate it. Yeah, it's like 251. Can you believe it? They've been to like 400. We got a lot of fun. They're incredible women. I think they have a good home life. I'm not exactly sure. No, their husbands are great, but I appreciate it. Yeah, it's like 251. Can you believe it? And we got a lot of fun. It's good to see you.